Now when I'm talking. But what a beautiful morning. I mean, the rain is such a blessing. It makes me believe that the people here on earth and those up above are on the same page. And so today's blessings and today's rain is a signification of that. And being a farmer here in the Middle Rio Grande Valley, to whatever God you pray to for rain, thank you from this one farmer, because this is awesome. I appreciate it. Absolutely. No, I was, it's a pleasure to be here because one, as a new elected official, I wasn't sure exactly what I was getting myself into, like anybody else does, I'm sure. But the fact is that when you go into an elected office, you go in with the right mindset, with the right heart, with the right ideas that somehow, some way, you're going to be able to articulate what the people want. And where I represent is the New Mexico House District 65. And New Mexico House District 65 includes the counties of San Juan, the counties of Rio Arriba, and the counties of Sandoval. I'm blessed to have three of the each distinct Native American communities in this state. I have the Pueblos, I have the Navajo Nations, and I have the Jicarilla Apaches. And in this corner of the world is where I found out the exploitation of our Mother Earth takes place far more often than I ever thought it did. When I visited the communities of counselors, of Ojo Encino, of Torreon, and I saw the destruction of our Mother Earth and what that did, not just to her, but to the people that lived around her, on her, within her, and the natural resources that were being exploited from the water, from the soil, to the air. It was obvious to me that something had to happen. That whatever had to happen quick. That it wasn't about killing an industry. It wasn't about killing an economics or schools or money or anything like that. Because that's the wedge that will ultimately divide the people in this state. Is it about money or is it about natural resources? So when I ran one memorial, first time in this session, House Joint Memorial 5 was the protection of Chaco Canyon. House Joint Memorial 5 failed in a committee that it was first assigned to on a party line vote. And that was fine because I had the backing of communities from Ojo Encino, counselors, Torreon, but not just them though. It was also the backing and the support of the Jicarilla Apaches, of the Pueblos, of the Native American community within this state that came together for the first time ever to fight on behalf of something so very important to all of them. So very important to all of them in regards to protecting Mother Earth, but not only just that, but also protecting sacred sites, protecting Chaco Canyon. Now, when the memorial failed, I mentioned to the committee that I was speaking to, it wasn't going to be my first memorial, nor was it going to be my last memorial. And that I was young enough, and I was naive enough to say, you know what, I'll be back. And so 65 memorials later, I ran House Memorial 70. And House Memorial 70 passed its committee. That's all I needed, because that's all I wanted, was to have the discussion on the House floor and bring to light the lifestyle and the livelihood that my people in House District 65, the people that live in and around Chaco Canyon and the areas where fracking is quite numerous, what they were about, who they were, that there were actually people there suffering from the consequences of what this industry has done. That's all I wanted, was 1 minute, just to talk my piece and represent for them. I was able to do that. It was a long drawn out discussion by way of a debate and finally a vote on party lines that the Democrats stood up for what they felt was right, which was the protection of Chaco Canyon. The other side, that's for them to explain. But this is not about, in my mind, this is not about Republicans or Democrats. I believe that this world right now is too drunk on the idea that you have to be a Republican or you have to be a Democrat. You can't talk to each other. And the fact that it's not about blue or red. It's about the fact that we have to live here all together. And that the people that live in this part of the world have nowhere else to go. They were born there, they were living there now, and they'll die there. And the fact that the oil companies can come and go as they want is not okay. It's not okay that they come and rape our lands, leave a mess, and then move on to the next place where the getting is good. So what I say to all of you today is, one, thank you to my brothers here, Mr. So, Mr. Sage, and the other advocates that came out in numbers. Because absolutely, when the time was tough, when I felt that people were pressuring me into thinking other ways, I knew in my heart, in my mind, that I had to articulate and stand strong for the people that I represent. Which is not just them, but I believe now that looking out in the crowd, that it's all of you as well. Because one, we share the same earth. There is no planet B. Right? There is no planet B. And that climate change is absolutely for real. And when I look about the crowds now, I have to think that in order for us to be successful, in order for this movement to continue its momentum, that no one can win this individually. That it takes an army of people to be successful. So power to the people, that when the people lead, the leaders will follow. That when the people lead, the leaders will follow. And for my Native American friends out there today, thank you for your contribution to Standing Rock. Thank you for your contribution to Chaco Canyon. Thank you for being protectors of what you believe in. Because one, it takes the knowledge of our elders, but the energy of our young folk to make a true difference now. We're the fighters now. We're the fighters now. And I have to believe somewhere that we are the dreams that our elders dreamt. That our elders left this land for us to take care of, in the hopes that they dreamt that we would have that responsibility and the know-how and the courage to stand up for what's right. And we're living that now. So on behalf of one farmer legislator, thank you for the attention. God bless you all.